Do you see the process as possibly ending in the removal of the President of the United States? Is that a live possibility in your mind?
I think it is a possibility. I don't know how to estimate the possibility, but I would certainly say it's not a zero possibility. I think it's possible, depending how strong the evidence is and depending on other political considerations, that maybe the Senate will act to remove the president. But I'm not going to give an estimate, and I can't estimate that, but I will say I don't think it's a zero possibility.
All right.
That's a very cynical view that it's a zero possibility. I also, to be political about it, I think some Republican senators may take a look at the election results the other day and start thinking maybe I should be a little more fair and not dismissive.
Hold on a second. Look at the tactic the Democrats have created here. First, they have a person without firsthand knowledge file a whistleblower complaint, which triggers people with allegedly firsthand knowledge to come forth to testify, and yet nobody's asked those people why didn't they file the claim themselves in the first place initially. For as long as you and I have been alive, the people who have made themselves permanent fixtures of either the government or a major political party or both, better known as the establishment, and again, the media, have been working to make sure that your choices for a nominee and ultimately a president are most satisfactory to them. The media has decided their approval is tantamount. These pointy-headed left-wing op-ed writers and pundits like to believe they have some special insight that you should follow. And it angers them when their predictions are wrong. I mean, look at this June 21st headline from John Wiener over at The Nation. Relax. Donald Trump can't win. Intellectuals. These guys grow on trees. Our friends over at the Washington Times listed some of the more chin-leading predictions from the angry media. Headline, worst and best predictions of the 2016 campaign. Just a couple of here. Quote, first, could Clinton actually win the state? Well, sure she could. If Clinton beats Trump by a wide enough margin overall, that means she's pulled a number of states to the left, and it means that, yes, she could win Texas. That's from the Washington Post's The Fix column, October 18, 2016. Texas? Texas? Really? I want some of what you guys were drinking. Next, Donald Trump is not going to win Michigan. New York Magazine, November 7th, 2016. Well, he did, and GM somehow managed to survive their strike without government intervention. Now, Dean Baquet, the executive editor of the New York Times, was quoted right after the 2016 election. Quote, if I have a mea culpa for journalists and journalism, it's that we've got to do a much better job of being on the road, out in the country, talking to different kinds of people than the people we talk to, especially if we happen to be a New York-based news organization and remind ourselves that New York is not the real world. You mean you're going to meet with the little people? Darn right. So here's the argument. We've been choosing between the lesser of two evils in the form of insiders chosen by the establishment and the media for quite some time. On the Republican side, the establishment has a pretty terrible record of steering their chosen champions towards a coronation only to lose spectacularly. Bob Dole, John McCain, Mitt Romney all got shellacked. George H.W. Bush was a one-termer, yes, because of Ross Perot, but that's kind of what you get as a Republican after saying, read my lips, no new taxes, then you raise taxes. George W. Bush eked out a victory in the Supreme Court, then went on to spend like a drunken Democrat. On the Democrat side, they rigged the primary to try to install Hillary, then blamed married, educated white women in the suburbs for her loss. Let's remember that it wasn't Donald Trump who first beat Hillary Clinton. I say that because I love it when the pink for JJ hat crowd and the media say voting for Trump was sexist. They forget Barack Obama beat her first long before Donald Trump's electoral wipeout of Clinton. Now, look, the last landslide victory for a Republican contender was Ronald Reagan. And you know what? The Beltway, the media, and even the Republican establishment hated him too. Now, they love to stand in his light. But that wasn't always the case. The Trump haters don't care that unemployment is at historic lows and that we're avoiding new wars and that Trump has gone where eagles dare on trade with China. For people who've made a comfortable life on the way it is in Washington and the media, Trump is a bad, bad dream. For people who are sick and tired of the in-the-bubble, ivory tower coastal elites, Trump is exactly what we were waiting for. The fact that life is better in flyover country, you know, the little people that Dean Baquet wants to meet, doesn't really seem to matter to them. Work, welfare, it's all the same. The little people are a nuisance to these self-elevated demigods. And yes, the Republican Party has plenty of them too. So it's up to you and me to fight to keep America great and once again defeat these people.